On Friday, Marion County officials announced they got the green light from the Gates City Council to build 16 tiny homes where the Oak Park Motel used to stand. So we decided to reach out to Marion County commissioners to get more specific details on that plan and to see if there are any other ideas in the pipeline.
We have 16 departments, and I would say every single one of them in some capacity has a role in the wildfire recovery for our community.
Marion County Commissioner Danielle Bethel has been very involved in wildfire recovery efforts in the Santiam Canyon. One of the most urgent areas in need of significant help is housing for people who lost their homes. That's where the 16-unit tiny home village in Gates comes in.
The units are already being created, if you will, through International Housing Concepts, which is a company based here in Salem.
She says the tiny homes will be affordable and low-income housing that will accept vouchers from the Marion County Housing Authority. People will be able to live in a similar tiny home to this one for 3 to 5 years as they find more permanent housing. Her hope is for wildfire survivors to move in by September.
But a bulk of the challenge that we foresee will be the supply chain.
And Bethel says there are other plans to build another 16 tiny cabins at North Santiam State Park. After they're used to help fire survivors, they can be used for recreation.
That one will take longer to execute, but we are putting tiny home looking cabins at that park. But we have to go through environmental studies, wetland studies, a variety of different government components.
Bethel says she also knows of a developer who got a grant to build 54 affordable homes in Staten and Mill City. If the state helps foot the bill to build infrastructure, the number of those homes could increase to around 100.
And if that project executes on time, move-in date for those would be the fall to winter of 2023.
Of course, there are hurdles to account for, and Melissa Bauer, who oversees the Santiam Service Integration Team, which helps fire survivors, says the sooner more housing is built, the better.
We need housing options now. We have 16 units at the FEMA trailer RV park in Mill City.
And people living in these emergency FEMA trailers will, after April 1st, have to pay rent.
So we've heard numbers of around $2,000 a month. They're not going to be able to pay that.
Bauer says some survivors are still dealing with the trauma of the fire. Others can't work, and if they do, a lot of their money is going toward an expensive rebuild. Ultimately, those staying in FEMA trailers will have to be out by September 15th of this year.
And then we have the Mill City RV park that's a separate RV park that's ran by the city, and the deadline for households to be transitioned from there, March 31st is going to be the deadline for that RV park.
To give you a sense of the continued need, Melissa Bauer with the Santiam Service Integration Team, who you just heard from, says her case managers are helping about 300 families made up of homeowners and renters, and they've got about 50 people currently on the wait list. In addition, over the last month, she says she's seen more people asking for financial help. As for the barriers in terms of building more housing in the Santiam Canyon, well, one is infrastructure. In a number of areas that was badly damaged or ruined, so cities have to deal with that. Then there's the cost of materials being up, like lumber, supply chain issues too. And on top of that, it's even more expensive to build in the Santiam Canyon. That's because a number of people no longer live or work there anymore. So companies have to pay employees for the added drive time, fuel, that sort of thing. And the bill adds up quickly. And of course, when things are more expensive to build, they're also more expensive to buy, in this case for wildfire survivors, the majority of whom, I'm told, are low income. Christine Pitawanich, KGW News.